Hey guys, coldbrew here. Welcome back to another raid video. We're gonna go over Kroz wall breaker today. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts. If you want to go for this fusion, I'll explain why you should go for this fusion. And if not, then obviously I'll tell you guys why I said this is a skippable fusion in a previous video where I just knew about his skills, didn't actually play with the champion. So Kroz wall breaker will be starting in very soon. The fusion is gonna be a fragment fusion. Relatively speaking, is one of the easier ones, comparing it to a fusion where you need to level up epics and then fuse those. So if you compare the two, these usually are better fusions to do. They are easier to do. But the problem with fusions nowadays and champions that you just acquire is that you also need their blessings, especially if they're champions like this one, which applies debuffs, which are basically the most important thing about them, right? To apply the debuff, to apply the bombs. He's a bomb champion, okay? And in order to apply the bombs, he needs accuracy. How do you get accuracy? A good amount of accuracy through blessings. Do you need the blessings, the 5-star blessing, to actually do that? No, obviously, but if you want to have your damage increase, you also need the attack from the blessing and the accuracy, and you need lots of accuracy if you compare it to a damage dealer where they just need damage stats, okay? Just different things that you need to worry about when you are building them up. So why should you go for Kroz wall breaker? Very easy, guys. Very easy thing. You don't have a good Ogrin tribes champion, okay? This is the easiest decision you can make, right? You don't have an Ogrin tribes champion that can do damage, that can help you through the faction wars. Let's say you're pushing faction wars hard, he can help you out. You don't have the kid with your other champions to do it, he can help you out. Honestly, I can see myself going for him if I need a bomb champion, okay? I can see myself doing that, but I do have War Mother. The big problem with Kroz wall breaker is something that I'll show you guys right now. I can't show you PvP because unfortunately there's a bug in arena right now and it doesn't reset, and it can't bring me to fight other people. So I can only fight Yang here, and if I refresh, it's only him that I can find because he's also having the same problem. The other guys, I think they're somehow in platinum, but it's just broken currently on the test server. But we'll try that in just a bit. Let me show you guys Kroz. There's different builds that you can do. I would say this is not a usual build. This is just because I wasn't going to do PvP on him. So I put some feral gear on him for the extra accuracy and 4-piece stone skin. But I would say you don't really care about the gear. It's only PvE that you're focusing. You need a lot of speed and good amount of accuracy, but nothing too crazy. Like 500 accuracy would be more than enough, and I get it without the blessing, right? And I have almost 7,000 attack without the blessing. I'm not going to show you guys the blessing for it because I'll assume you'll just go for the minimum and you will follow my recommendation, which would be to save up your resources for the future. And what is the future? We'll have a Christmas fusion, and it can even be a void champion. I covered that in my previous video, and I got actually I got lots of negative comments on that video saying I was this and that, and I kind of don't like that when people just listen to 2 words that I say in a video and then they go like, oh, coldbrew, you're this is this. It's a long video. I explained my reasoning why I found this champion skippable, and it wasn't just because I was low on resources, right? Resources are not the reason to skip a fusion. It's also like, how much use are you going to get out of this champion? When his kit specifically says that he gains Terminator, but this is only, all right, for each enemy with a bomb debuff, okay? And this fill of Terminator doesn't work that well if you're doing PvP. If you're doing PvE where you're filling up against 5 targets, you'll be getting the turns, but it's very, very different. And then in order to reduce the countdown of the bombs, you have to throw in an attack, okay? And this attack is crucial for you guys. If you land a weak hit, then it's just not gonna work. The instant turn though is pretty cool. I run him with extra accuracy here and then some attack stats here, and then the masteries that help him with bomb damage, potentially kill streak, potentially can help. I'm not sure about ruthless ambush if that would work. I don't think so, so I didn't go for it in terms of just for a bomb champion, okay? Eagle Eye is very nice, gives you extra 50 accuracy, definitely useful, I would say. In terms of relics, Erethic Coronet I think is the most budget friendly relic that lots of people can get and benefits bomb champions very well. The damage boost that you get is very nice, very quickly to ramp this up, and also you get attack and accuracy, which is basically exactly what a bomb champion is. And then if you throw in the legendary stone here, you get extra bomb damage and also extra damage here for every 100 total accuracy. If you run accuracy champions, then again you'll be getting even more percentage damage against the enemy. So let's go. I'll show you how he works in PvE. His damage is not that insane in PvE. What you are going to be doing with him is just basically the block active skills is very nice, and just trying to rotate through your skills. This is a 4-turn cooldown, it's a 3-turn cooldown. I can see even Relentless set being used in PvE situations. I wouldn't say Merciless because you need to attack. You will be gaining an extra turn, but I think Relentless would be much better for him. So if you just throw this combo in there with no weak debuff on them, no other ways to boost their damage other than an increased attack, you guys will see on how he works. So you throw the bombs and that gives you the turn meter. Okay, that is very crucial. That is the most crucial thing, okay, to have enough targets to get that turn meter boost. And then this is where the bombs will come through. Look at that. We do some block active skills and then we reduce the durations to 1 turn. Very nice, beautiful. Let's see some damage here because he has the A1 that can proc. Each hit has a 30% chance to decrease the detonation, so this can actually hit somebody and do some damage. There we go. You see the bombs, they did 60,000. It's nothing too crazy, but remember, bombs usually are against PvP targets where stone skin is on them, and that will do multiplicative amounts of damage. Okay, that is where things become so much better. Against these waves, you won't see anything amazing, okay, because he's not like other bomb champions we had in the past, and I'll cover that a little bit later. But he's not like other champions we had in the past, which are way better bomb champions. So you see the damage is nothing too crazy, and I have good stats on him. It's just the fact that he's not really there for PvE. He's not going to be that great for PvE in the sense of he's going to be your carry. He's going to be a solo champion. He won't work like that. It's going to be very difficult. He doesn't have that extra turn mechanic that always happens. He's not like Nishak, okay? Nishak has a guaranteed extra turn. So if you're fighting one target, you will guaranteed get an extra turn. Very important clarification and difference between these bomb champions, okay? And Nishak was available to everybody, basically through a fusion, if I remember correctly. And then we have other champions such as Lord Shazar, okay? Lord Shazar, if he crits, the countdown of the bombs is 1 turn, so you basically get what you want through that. So if you don't crit, then yeah, that sucks. If you do a weak hit, yeah, that sucks. So it's not a placement of bombs. These two, Nishak and Lord Shazar, don't have a placement of bombs, but they still work very, very well. All right, let's try some PvP. I put a pinpoint now on Kroz, and we'll see if that's better for PvP. Obviously, it's going to be better. It helps with 1 crowd control effect. Usually, that's going to be the sheep debuff, okay? With that being said, is he going to be as powerful in this sort of setup where you have a bomb champion setting him up to explode the enemies? You basically need the increased accuracy for the most part. Like, I'm running 400 accuracy, which is very low. Even champions that are not trying to get resistance might actually resist it. So again, the blessing would be amazing, but the pinpoint gear that I have is very poor. We'll see how this goes. 435 speed is my fastest, so I don't even know if I'm gonna be faster than Yang, but we'll see. I moved a lot of gear around plus glyphs and stuff, so we'll see about that. And I managed to go first. Okay, so my Fabian goes first, a little bit faster. We'll try to reduce their increase their cooldowns and reduce their turns on their buffs. Okay, do that. We got resisted there. That kind of sucks. Okay, we get boosted here. And oh, he's faster than my... Okay, that shouldn't have happened. But let's see if I can actually land any of the bombs here and get that extra turn here. Because again, the idea with the fill of turn meter should be like instant turn immediately, so I can reduce them. If not, then a cleanser can cut through and cause lots of trouble to me. So you see, that can happen. I gained some turn meter. I got resisted there. I think this Queen Ankara is insane. So if I had my Yoshi faster, that would have been way better. But this is the problem with not getting that extra turn. Okay, you get that problem where the enemies are just like that. Okay, I didn't have gear on Yoshi. What happened there? Okay, after moving lots of gear around, we'll try and see if I can get the rotation with basically Arbiter boosting into Yoshi, then Fabian, so he'll have enough accuracy without them cutting through, but easier said than done with all of these crazy gear that these guys have. Okay, so we boost. All right, so far, okay, so far so good. So boost there. Our accuracy, this should be enough. There it is. The cooldown increase. Now we'll try to apply the bombs. We got resisted there even with the accuracy boost. Ah, come on. Okay. Maybe I can boost again. I won't be able to cut through. And we'll see the bombs go through there. There it is. That's enough. Okay. That's enough with the bombs. All right, let's try and control him. And because we couldn't reduce the cooldown there of those bombs, unfortunately, because we didn't get the extra turn, didn't get it. Maybe I can boost. I can boost my accuracy more on Kroz, but as you saw, it's. I think I'll need to throw him the blessing. As I said, the blessings are just so important. You just can't go into PvP without the 5-star blessing on a bomb champion, because you just need, first things first, you need the good pinpoint gear. So if you don't have that already, guys, you're gonna be in trouble. You'll need good amounts of accuracy. So with this one, at least I'll get 75 extra accuracy. Maybe that's enough, maybe not, who knows. All right, let's see with the increased accuracy through the blessing if we can get that debuff going through. But again, the problem is going to be filling up the turn meter. I just won't be able to get that extra turn to attack them to reduce the duration of bombs. It just doesn't work like that when you get turn meter fill instead of an extra turn. So it's not an instant turn. Unfortunately, it's not how it works. So let's boost our accuracy there. Go here. Please no weak hit. There we go. Increase the cooldowns. We reduce the stone skin. We don't want to reduce it actually, but it's fine. Hopefully we'll get to cut through. No, doesn't happen, unfortunately. Okay, I get at the least here I got that instant turn because of fighting a mythical. Okay, at least I got that instant turn, so immediately I cut through. So here I basically want to attack them to reduce the duration of the bombs. Okay, you get attacked, that's fine. That's 1x in speed here. Trying to see everything that happens. There we go. He dies. It's very strong when they get attacked and you have a stone skin. The bombs just do a lot of work. So this was like a lucky attack. You saw how many times I tried to attack the guy. It just doesn't work always, right? So that instant turn, I was lucky because I was fighting a mythical, which enabled the bombs basically. Okay, so it's not like this will always happen. So if I wasn't fighting Yang here, which took me a while to set up the team, ooh, lots of counter attacks there. Okay, so now apply the bombs. You see one bomb there. That was unfortunate. Here I can try to attack somebody. I do nothing. See there, that cleansed. What the hell? So you want that extra turn, okay? You need a mechanic where you get an extra turn. You can have a bomb champion who's basically made for PvP or wants to be used for PvP and not have that instant turn on some other way to get more turn meter against maybe PvP targets, okay? Maybe against players. So it's we got a weak hit there. Kind of sucked, but see, I get 100% turn meter, but I don't get a turn immediately. So even here when I boost, like I just don't get it. All right, and I'm not sure why she's not getting her cooldowns reduced. I thought I saw that happen, but what is this? The fifth time I'm attacking, it's just not. It's not the best. Okay, it's not the best. Here, maybe if I used Armand, maybe here instead of Fabian, I could have just sheeped her, but then the others would have their cooldown, so I don't want that. It's a really big issue. So no weak hits here, please. All right, increase their cooldowns. I think I got it there. All right, fantastic. And then let's see if I get an instant turn again. Yeah, I get the instant turn again. I'm not sure why it always happens. It's a 20% chance, but still nice. Weak hits. There we go. Beautiful weak hits. We boost. She should get blasted now with the bombs, and we should win. Should win here. There we go. So that instant turn is what saves me here. That I get to go and try to activate the bombs. But because if not, if I didn't have them locked out, right, this is just impossible to have consistent, I would say, if I compare it to another bomb champion. So I don't know. I don't like Kroz not nearly enough to go that crazy and get his 5-star blessing like I would need to here. It's just not there, guys. So you see here, we attack them a little bit. All right, we get the cleanse through. If I don't lock them out, it's just a disaster, right? If I had that extra turn, I would at least be able to kill them. Okay, I get the bombs, get an extra turn, activate the bombs to whoever I attack, and the attack goes through, and you win. That's a bomb champion. He's not unique in any more sense than others in terms of his bombs. That's how he works. He just gets that insane mechanic where you get an instant turn. That's his uniqueness, basically. So that was it, guys, the showcase. I don't like Kroz enough to go for the blessing. Maybe if you want your Ogryn tribes, again, as I said, go for the Ogryn tribes just to fill it up. It's an easier one. It's going to be a fragment one. At least there's that. But again, very limited, guys, in the sense of this fill of turn meter. I don't think they'll change it, honestly, if I'm going to be very honest. But who knows? Maybe they do. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you have not already to the channel. Thank you all. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.